Would you like to see how you can use a Facebook real estate lead campaign to grow your real estate business? If so, this is the video you're going to want to watch. I'm going to show you how to set up a lead generation campaign from start to finish for 2021 so that you can have a constant flow of leads coming in and reach your goals this year. Take a look. Hey everyone, Kevin Smullin with 2Q Lead Generation Strategies. If you are brand new to our channel, welcome. We're so glad you're here. What we're all about is we are helping real estate agents just like you generate more leads, set more appointments, and close transactions. So if you are looking for leads, appointments, and transactions to close your or to grow your business, this is the place to be. Please consider subscribing to our channel. We'd love to have you here as part of our community. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be going through a real estate lead campaign for Facebook, how to set that up step by step. Before I jump into that, one quick note. Down below in the description, you're going to see a link that'll take you to our free 2-hour masterclass for Facebook. We're going to show you exactly our strategies and tips and best practices of what we're doing to generate leads, set appointments, and turn those leads and appointments into transactions. So it's 2 hours of your time well spent, totally free. Go check that out and you'll learn some cool stuff. Now, like I said, we're going to jump right in. In today's video, we're going to be setting up a Facebook lead generation campaign. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen and we'll jump right into it. Okay, so what you'll do is inside your ad account, you're just going to come up here to create. And we want to select the lead generation option. Now, some people will set up a conversion. They'll do this option right here for conversions and drive people to an external landing page, which is basically a form that they're having people fill out, name, phone number, email, whatever information they're trying to capture. And they'll do it that way. But the problem that I have seen with that is I get a much higher, there's a lot more leads that come through that are bogus information. When you force people to type out the answers to those questions, there's a lot of people who, number one, it's too difficult, they just click away. And number two, because they have to do it, they're just going to put in some bogus information. They don't want to be bothered by you. And so I found that I got less leads and higher amount of bogus leads when I did it that way. I prefer the lead generation option where the form's going to pop up right inside the ad. They click on the ad, the form pops up, they fill out the information. It's going to pre-fill with their Facebook data. They don't have to type anything. So we get, because of how easy it is, more people just hit the submit button. And because they don't have to change anything, normally the information that they're submitting is correct. We still do get some bogus leads, but the rate that we get bogus leads are much, much lower doing it this way. So you're just going to go ahead and select lead generation and click on the next button. You can go ahead and name it whatever you want. My normal strategy is I'll put the city name, I'll use the MLS number, and then I'll just put lead gen. So that tells me what it is. I'm going to be showing you how to set up an ad where the topic of the ad, the content for it is we're going to be marketing a property that is for first-time home buyers, and those are the people that we're going to get responding. So that would be the name of the campaign. For the special ad category, you do need to turn that on and you do need to select housing. If you do not do that step right there, your ad will automatically be rejected. It's the number one reason why real estate agents, their ads are getting rejected. The rest of that I'm going to leave as is. I'm just going to hit the next button. On the second screen for the ad set, it's going to ask what page I'm running the ad for. I'm just going to use one of my fake pages. If you haven't run an ad on that campaign before, it's going to give you this message that you need to accept their terms and service. Just go ahead and click I agree, and that's as easy as it is. That'll take care of that. Catalog, I don't need to do that. I'm not doing anything that has anything to do with a catalog. We're just going to skip that. So for the budget, you could put whatever you want. Typically, my clients are generating leads for around $1 to $2 a piece in pretty much all parts of the country. So I'll normally run an ad like the one I'm showing you for about a week. So we'll just go ahead and change that to 1 week. Okay. Now, the audience with the targeting, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down, and in most cases, I want to change this to people living in this location so that it cuts out all the people who are traveling, just visiting, coming to visit family, whatever. Right? I don't want to market real estate to those people because the chance of them coming and buying a home in the area where I'm at, it's pretty low. That's not my target market. So I'm going to change it to people who live in this location. Normally what I would do is I would select the city where the property is located and then do a radius around that. So like, for example, I live in Utah, so Layton is a city in Utah. And if I were to select Layton as the targeting, it would just do a 15-mile radius around that. Now you can see where that's going to reach. 15 miles is the minimum that Facebook allows you to do. You can go up to 50, but 15 is the minimum if you do that. You can also target by county if you prefer to do that. Frankly, that part's kind of up to you, just depending on what makes the most sense. For this tutorial, I'm going to leave it that way. When you select that it's a special ad category, which you're required to do for real estate because there are advertising regulations, it's going to lock this. I cannot change the age, right? And I cannot change the gender, right? So with that, I'm going to come down to detailed targeting. Now, the ad I'm going to show you is going to be focused on someone buying their first home. So for first-time buyers, this is the targeting that I will normally do. I will normally select Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia, and then the rest of these are going to be very focused towards first-time buyers. So there's a category called first-time buyer. Oh, that's why it wasn't popping up. It's hyphenated. First-time home buyer grant. There's one called starter home. People interested in a starter home. And then I want people who are interested in renting, because a lot of these people can qualify for a home, they just don't know that they can. So that's also going to be part of my target market. So that is going to be the group of people that I want to target for first-time buyers. Now, in some cases, you may notice a little notification like this that pops up that says you're going to get 0 leads. What Facebook is trying to do is trying to get you to spend more money. So you could absolutely and should absolutely run the ad whether you get that message or not. It is not going to change how many leads you generate even a little bit. So that is the targeting that I would use for the ad. For placements, I always manually do placements. If you want to do Instagram, that's fine. If you're not running Instagram, you can uncheck that. But feeds, I'll leave that on. Stories, I will leave that on. I turn off in-stream and I turn off in-article. So with Facebook selected, these are the ones that I'm normally using. Search, stories, and feeds. Those are the prime areas. Optimization and delivery, I don't ever touch that. So I just go to the next section. Now this is where you're going to create the actual content for the ad. So what I'm going to do is in the ad setup, you can select whether you want to use a carousel, which is different photos, or you can just do a single image or video. That's the one I normally do. That's the one I'm going to show you. So what I will typically do is I will create a collage of pictures. So here's an example of one, to where I'm showing enough about the home that's going to get someone excited, but it's not so much that they have everything, right? So one of the reasons people are going to respond to this ad is because I'm giving them enough, but I'm not giving them everything, right? That is the biggest difference. So here in the primary text, I've got a template that I use. So I'm just going to copy that. I'll paste it. You'll see how this works. And just take out some of these double spaces that it put in. Okay, so let me talk you through my template. My template is I have a headline that's going to give some kind of exciting feature about the home and the area that it's in, with a little emoji. The reason why I put the little emoji is because it catches people's eyes when they're scrolling and they see that, right? I'm going to give 2 paragraphs of information about the home. Again, enough to get them excited, but I'm intentionally leaving out the price, the address, and all of the photos. Those three reasons, price, address, and the rest of the photos, are the reason that people are going to provide me with their contact information. That is a very, very important part of this step, right? If you give them everything, they have no reason to supply you with any of their contact information. So that is that. Then the call to action with another emoji, click on the button below, right? So they're going to see this little thing that says click on the button below down here. And then this is more compliance. So the name of the agent, the brokerage that they work for. If you are borrowing a listing to do this, you don't have to have your own listing. You can borrow one. Just get permission. That's the best thing. And so you would just put the listing agent and the brokerage therewith down here, which satisfies the legal requirement. You're not misrepresenting that you're the listing agent. So that's the purpose of that. I have some clients where they're required, based on their state regulations, to put license numbers and brokerage address, and some of them are quite strict and other ones are pretty loose as far as what they require. So check with your local area, but any information that's needed, it's going to go in this area right here. This is kind of the compliance section. For the headline, this is our call to action as far as what we're asking them to do. So this is my normal headline for the call to action. So you'll notice that it is right there. And instead of having it be sign up, I change it to learn more. So that ends up being what it's going to look like in these various formats. So there's a pretty good picture. Click for price, address, and photos. Learn more. When they click on that, it's going to open up the form, and that is how we capture the lead. Now, we've created the ad, and that's the content for the ad. Now you'll notice we need to create a form. The form is how we capture their lead information. So I'm going to click on the form. Again, the naming convention that I use is still the same, city and MLS number. And then as you go through these settings, it's basically just going through this one by one. I'm going to go through this pretty quick. So you can see a preview of what this is over here. I normally use the image of the ad as the background. So I just leave that as is. For the greeting, this is the one that I normally use. See the price, address, and all the info. That's what I've promised to give them. You have to put something here in the paragraph. And so frankly, I normally just do that. I just put a bunch of lines because anything that you would put there, in my opinion, it kind of just seems redundant. So that is what I normally put for the first screen. Now, the next section is the questions. So this is the form itself. So again, here for the description, it forces you to put something. So I just put enter your information below to see the home information, right? And then I want first name to be the first one, email, and then I'm also going to add phone number. So I'm capturing name, email, and phone. Okay, that's that section. Now for the privacy policy, for the link text, I normally just type out privacy policy, and you can see that it creates a link right there. And then it's going to ask you for a link to take you to your privacy policy. Now, in most cases, here I'll use one of my clients' websites as an example. So here on his website, and most of your website options will have this, but down at the very bottom of the site, you'll see an option that says privacy policy. And so this is the link that we want to use. We would just copy that and paste it right there. If you don't have your own website, then you can do the same thing. Go to your brokerage, look for the privacy policy on their website, plug that in here. That's frankly some of your easiest options. And then lastly, for the completion, this is what they're going to see after they fill out the form. So here I'll normally just put, you can see all the home information by clicking on the blue button below. So see, they're going to have this blue button right here. And then I will follow up with you shortly to see how I can help with your home search. Okay, So the call to action button is going to take people to a website. And then this is where you would plug in the link that has all the information that we promised to give them. So I'm just going to throw that in. Ideally, it would be your website that you're taking people to. If you don't have your own website, again, you can take them to the MLS or some other public site, Zillow, Realtor.com, whatever. But you need a link to that's the actual text. So that's going to go here in the link. And then for the text, I just put see the home information, right? So this is what it's going to look like. So here's the entire process. When they click on the ad, this is going to pop up. They'll hit next. The form is there. It's going to pre-fill with their contact information. They're going to hit next. The privacy information, they'll submit it, and then it's going to take them to the thank you screen where it will give them a link to go see the home details, right? So with that, I have now created the ad and created the form that's going to pop up when people click on the ad. So with that, I'm done. I would just hit the publish button. That ad would then go into Facebook's queue for approval, and that's how that entire process would work. So that is how you can create a Facebook lead generation campaign for your real estate business. Again, generating leads, again, when people follow the process that I'm showing you, typically they're generating leads for around $1 to $2 per lead, which is insanely inexpensive, especially when you figure that a lot of the big companies, the Zillows, the Realtor.coms, a lot of those places are going to charge you upwards of $100 or more for one lead. When you know how to do this on your own, it cuts that out. So this is how you can start generating leads for your business. But I will tell you that if you're going to be doing this, it's going to create a new problem for your business. And the new problem is lead conversion and lead follow-up. You need to have some strategies and systems in place to help you with that. Otherwise, you're going to be generating a bunch of leads that you're not going to be able to capitalize on and turn into business. So make sure you have a plan and a strategy for that. Again, these are some of the things we help our clients with, but today's tutorial is primarily how to set up a Facebook lead generation campaign to grow your business. And like I said, this one is focused specifically on first-time buyers, showing them a home that would be within their price range, a first-time buyer home, and marketing it to that audience of people. So that is how to do this. If you found that helpful, help us back. Click that thumbs up button down below. That split second helps us tremendously, and we appreciate your support. Also, if you haven't considered subscribing to our channel, please do. Every single week we put out brand new content just like this that's designed to help you grow your business, generate more leads, set appointments, and become that go-to real estate agent in your area. So make sure you subscribe. You'll get more tips and tricks just like this. There will be a little bell notification. If you click on that, you'll be notified every time we put out brand new content. I'll also put up a couple of videos right here that you can use and go watch right now to further your knowledge and give you some more tips and strategies. And then lastly, if you're curious about any of the services that we offer where we do these kinds of things for people, as well as help them set up follow-up systems, market to their sphere of influence, if you're curious about those things, make sure you go look in the description down below. You'll see a link where you can get more information about the services that we provide and how that works. With that, that's everything. Make it a great week. Keep crushing it in your real estate business. As always, if we can help, let us know. Otherwise, we'll talk to you soon. Take care.